Hi guys, today's video is extra special because 4 years ago today I created this YouTube channel, which is pretty exciting for me. 4 whole years of making videos and looking back kind of at the different videos that I've made and the changes through those years is pretty insane because it doesn't feel like that long, and at the same time I can't remember not making YouTube videos. So bizarre, but I thought I would mark the occasion with a video that's quite highly requested and one of those videos that I don't know why I haven't made it yet. And it's going to be, as you've probably guessed by the title, my Holy Grail products. And I kind of dithered about whether or not I was going to make this kind of the best of, so something from every category, or just the things that I absolutely would repurchase, and I decided the latter. Basically, everything I'm going to show you is going to be, if it disappeared or if I used it all up, I absolutely would go and repurchase it immediately if I haven't already got a backup. These things I have to have. Just I have to have them, and so it's been very difficult to kind of think of mascaras, blush products, lip products even, because I'm so fickle with those things. There are some things that I know they work for me and I have to have them in, but you might be surprised to see how few categories I have covered, because there are a lot of categories in which I don't really have a one, this is it. I have several that might work, but then I don't feel like any of those things are Holy Grail because there are several things that work the same way. You get what I mean? Yeah? Anyway, I'm going to just dig in because I've got a bag of things here. And the thing on top, which is kind of masking everything else, so let's get it out of the way, is this. And it's a hair styler, and it's the only one that I'm going to mention, the only tool of any kind, and it is my Hot Air Styler from THX, which I think is Total Hair Experts. This is really cheap, it's from Tesco. It was sent to me a really long time ago, maybe 2 years ago now, and I use it all the time. If I don't just rough dry my hair, if I actually blow dry my hair, I always use this, which is 90% of the time if I'm gonna not air dry my hair. If I want it to look polished, I use this, and I just feel like I don't use my straightener. I barely use my straightener anymore because it just gives me that kind of smooth, polished look without quite so damaging heat as using a straightener, and I love it. It gives me volume, it's quick. I just cannot say enough about this, and I have a few videos of how I use this, so I'll link at least one of them below. Trying to stay on the hair theme, I don't have any kind of shampoos or conditioners or I think even any other products apart from this. And this is kind of representative of Dry Shampoo because I don't know whether or not this would be my Holy Grail. This is the one that I prefer right now, and this was what I was talking about with kind of the lip products. There are things that I love at the moment that if I lost them I would go and buy them. But in 2 years, will I still do that? 2 years ago, would I have done that? I wanted to stick to the things that I know that I've loved over a period of time, rather than kind of the moment products. So Dove Hair Therapy is my current favourite dry shampoo, but if I didn't buy this one, I would buy the Batiste Tropical, and I think I probably should mention that one because that's the one that I have bought time and time again, whereas this one I've only repurchased a couple of times more recently. I like them both, I like both of the scents, I just think I like to change it up a little bit, and these are the only two that I would purchase. Right now, they're the only ones that I would recommend. Any other hair products? I don't think so. Let's move on to skincare. I have a cleanser in here that you may recognise. It is the Soap & Glory Peaches and Clean Deep Purifying Cleanser, and it's 3 in 1 supposedly. What I actually use this for is as a mask, so I've used it as a cleanser, not impressed. It smells really nice, but it's kind of very meh. I still need to use something else to remove my makeup because it doesn't really do that. I can't use it on my eyes because it will sting them, so I use a regular cleanser of some kind of balm and oil, whatever. Again, don't have anything to fit in that category because there's nothing that's really been, I have to use this forever for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? I've never found anything that's kind of been, this has done something so amazing to my skin, I have to only use this forever. And so I don't have a cleanser, although there are plenty that I recommend, and again I've done a cleanser review video which I'll try and remember to link below. But this, definitely, as soon as this runs out, I actually already have a bottle of this in my kind of, what's the word, reserves? In my stash of beauty stuff, because I don't like to be without this, but if it does run out, I run out and get another one because it's just so good as a mask. I put a layer of it on, thick or thin, depending on how I feel, and I can leave it on for anything from 10 minutes to 2 hours. If I use it a lot over a period of time, my skin becomes a little bit immune to it and then I have to stop using it for a while. I haven't used it for a little while and I'll be able to start using it again soon, but I do find that the acids that are in there kind of tingle and can make my face a little bit red and sore, and not everybody likes that. It's not kind of like, you know, burning and blistering or anything like that, just a little bit tender, you know, as if you'd maybe had a peel. and that's what I like. It makes my skin super, super smooth. Not for everyone, but for me, absolutely, yes, definitely, love that. Another skincare product which I've mentioned a lot, and you probably will have heard about, is this, and it's the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturiser. I've made review videos just for this, maybe more than one. This is my #1 blemish treatment. It's not supposed to be a blemish treatment necessarily. It does say moisturises and helps prevent spots and blemishes, but that's not how I use this, because I do find if I use it for too long a period, it does dry my skin out a little bit. I would imagine there is alcohol in here somewhere. Yes, there is. And that's not so great for me. It does have lots of things in here that are good for my skin, like salicylic acid when I am trying to get rid of those breakouts, but I wouldn't want to use it on a day-to-day basis. So I don't recommend that you necessarily use this as your daily moisturiser, but when you are breaking out, I put kind of a thin layer all over my face if I'm breaking out a lot. Otherwise, I just put kind of, I'll just show you how much, because so many people have asked me this when I've mentioned this product. I put kind of this amount and I just put it on wherever the spot is. And at the moment I have a couple. I have like one on each cheek, a couple on my chin. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I've used something that I'm reacting to or what it is. But this has been out again, and I always have this. Always have this. Since I was maybe a teenager, this has been the one thing that I know will fix my spots, and it does absolutely diminish them. I've had kind of whiteheads that have been, I don't ever pop spots, never, never, never. I've had people offer to pop my spots because they are so into that kind of thing. That grosses me out completely. But I don't like the idea of scarring, and I don't think that they heal very quickly if you do that. But I have never ever done that. But whiteheads, I put a huge dollop of this on, preferably during the day where you know you're not going to rub it off on your sheets. And it just like shrinks it. And it gets rid of it. It's so weird, but please, if you do suffer from breakouts, try this, because it might change your life, and if it doesn't, you've only wasted like £3.50. So that was the, you know, ode to Clean and Clear. Another product that's kind of skincare, kind of makeup, transitional within this video. I did a whole review of this recently, and it's Cocoa Brown Sunless Tanner. Or self-tan, whatever you want to call it. It's a 1 hour tan, which to me is maybe 2 or 3 hour tan, but it means that you don't have to leave it on overnight. You can get a nice colour. It's a little bit more subtle for those paler girls out there. I'm not going to hammer it home because you've already seen me run on and on and on and on in that individual video. So if you want to see what I use this for, obviously I use it as a tanner, but how I use this and everything I have to say about it, you can see that video. But the only fake tan that I will use. Randomly in here I have a razor, because I was going through things for this video and I thought, well, I have my obvious products, because for me, if it's Holy Grail, it's kind of to hand. I know where it is. It's not something I'm going to have to rummage in a drawer for. It's something that I need near me at all times. And so I was looking kind of in my bathroom and things that were around my bath side and stuff, and I thought, these razors, I've used these razors for years, and I wouldn't choose to use another brand of razor or another even version of a Gillette razor. This is the one that I love, and I don't even know what it's called, but I will link it below. They're just kind of disposable ladies razors, and I always buy these exact ones. I think they're called like Gillette 2 or something, but I cannot use anything else. I hate the ones that are you change the heads. The ones that the head moves, no, I can't, I do not understand, because I need to be able to get some kind of pressure against my skin, and with those ones it won't allow you to get that pressure. It's so bizarre to me, the ones with the wobbly heads. I need to have full control of a blade that's going to be that close to my skin. Is anyone else with me on that, or is that just me? Because it seems to be that all other razors, the wobbly head thing is a real bonus and people like it. I know that we have one that I bought for us to try out, and Lee loved it and I hated it, and I don't know if, you know, better for the face. But yeah, I thought I would mention this because it's one of those things that you don't really talk about, shaving your legs and stuff. But this is definitely, and I shave my legs like every single day as well. I know that's weird, but I have to. I can't stand the stubble. And these are my Holy Grail razors for sure. So on to makeup, and it is just makeup that I have left. Revlon Colorstay, absolute 100%, the only foundation that I know definitely I would repurchase time and time again. I am loving the CoverGirl one that I'm using right now, which is Max Factor here in the UK. I think it's called Outlast, and I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Facefinity or something to do with Finity, the Max Factor one. I love that right now, but over the years I have purchased this and repurchased this, and I just love it. It's the best foundation I've ever used. apart from maybe this new one, but I don't want to say that that's my holy grail because I haven't had it for long enough. This lasts all day. If I put this on in the morning, it's still there. Coverage perfect at night time. Oil control depends on how oily I am, but moderate. I still probably need to powder during the day, but compared to some others, really, really good. And it's just the staying power for me, knowing that my coverage is still there at the end of the day. Definitely 100% recommend that. A kind of new product to me is this sleek makeup face form. But I had to mention it because if I run out of this, I definitely would repurchase it, and I don't think it's a bit of a flash in the pan like some of the lip products I love right now, or eyeshadows, certain colours, because they are neutrals, and it's these that I'm most interested in. I got the light one, and it's basically the contour and the highlight that I use most of this. This is the rose gold blusher. I wanted to say eyeshadow. The rose gold blusher, which I'm not super interested in, to be honest. But I love this palette purely because of this section, and I haven't really ever been into contouring. I've never had a proper contour powder. I tried to contour with bronzer, it's always a little bit orange, but this totally revolutionised the way that I did my makeup at the beginning of this year, and I would never be without it. I don't know whether or not I want to try some different contour powders. I know there's a big hype around the Kevin Aucoin one, but that's very expensive, and to be honest, I don't know if I need it to be better than this one. So I wanted to mention this because I know it's already a blogger favourite, but I completely fell in love with contouring because of this palette, and I definitely would repurchase if something happened to it or I ran out. I have no idea how I'll ever run out of that because it seems like it's going to last me forever. This next product is representative of all Urban Decay eyeshadows, and this is the Naked Basics palette. I'm using this one because this is the one that I use the most. I love the matte shades, I love the neutrals. It's just everything I want in a tiny little package. It might surprise you to learn that if all of my eyeshadows disappeared and I bought just one palette, it would definitely be from Urban Decay, but it probably wouldn't be one of the Naked palettes. I love the Naked one, that's my favourite one, but if I had to just repurchase one palette, it would definitely have to have some colour in it. I don't know which one it would be because most of the ones that I have now that have colours in them are no longer available, but probably one of the limited edition ones that they do occasionally that has a colour. Nothing, you know, like the new neon one, it wouldn't be that one, but it would be something with a nice mix of neutrals and some bright colours, because I like to have that option. And if I was just going to have one eyeshadow palette, which potentially we're talking about, I would definitely pick something more like one of the Booker shadows, which I absolutely love. But Urban Decay eyeshadows, holy grail, 100%, best eyeshadows I've ever used. Like, just, there's nothing that compares for me. So yeah, Urban Decay eyeshadows. Staying on the eye area is the Smashbox Browtech To Go. Now, I do have a video coming up about eyebrows. I keep telling you that I'm going to make this video, but the reason that it's taking me so long is because I got out all of my brow products and I thought, right, I'm going to go through them and decide which ones were good and which ones are bad. And you have no idea how many brow products I had. I had no idea how many I had. There are loads. So because some of them I haven't used maybe for a year or two, I want to make sure that I try them again now. I can take some notes on each of them and decide how much I liked them, whether I liked them, why I liked them, why I didn't like them, and kind of give you a really comprehensive idea. Probably going to be a long video, or I might split it up into two. But yeah, I had a lot of brow products, so I really wanted to get it kind of as comprehensive as possible. I don't just want to say, I don't like this, I like this. I want to tell you why, because something that makes me like something might make you not like something, and vice versa. So yeah, that's why that's taking some time, but I do need to mention this because this is my holy grail eyebrow pencil and it is nearly coming to an end. And now, this is a bit of a controversial one because I absolutely love this and I would repurchase it, but it's £19. And part of this whole thing of trying the different products at the moment is that I'm not sure whether or not I want to repurchase this one. I want to find something that's cheaper that I like as much. Right now, I would repurchase this. It is holy grail. And even if I do find something that I like that's a little bit cheaper, I still think this is going to be the best thing I've ever used. But I just want to put that out there. I'm looking for something better that's cheaper, and I may kind of sacrifice on quality a little bit for the sake of it being a heck of a lot cheaper. But I do absolutely love this, and you've heard me talk to death about this. Two more products. One of them again is a little bit, in fact both of them are kind of on the more expensive side. One of them is the MAC blot powder, the pressed blotting powder. I've mentioned this before. This is something I would never have tried in a million years, but it was sent to me by Laura, or Lauren. I get so confused because she's Laws. I'm not sure if she makes videos anymore, but she was called Law's Beauty. And if she does, I'll link her below, but if not, you know, I wish she still did make videos because I enjoyed them. But she sent me a little package of things, and one of the things that she sent me was this. And I would never have tried it because it's expensive, you know, blotting powder, how great can it be? It's great, it's amazing, it's the most finely milled powder, and it gives such amazing oil control. Because I've tried finely milled powders before, and generally if it's fine it's not going to absorb very much oil, but this is incredible. This is totally worth the money. Because it's so fine you don't need a lot of product, because it's not, when you get your brush in there you don't lose a load of product in kind of like swirling it around, you know what I mean. When you've used those, like the Soap and Glory one heck of a blot. So much powder comes off while you're using that. This, not at all, hardly anything, and yet totally blots my oil and controls my oil. Best thing to have in my handbag. I don't use this every day. I keep it for touch-ups just because it's expensive, but when it runs out I will definitely repurchase it. And the last thing, the absolute last product that I'm going to mention is the NUXE Reve de Miel Lip Balm. This is a nighttime staple for me. I use it every single night, and I just, nothing has ever compared to this. I mean, that's going to be basically a tagline. I may as well have just reeled off all of the products and just said, these are all amazing, nothing compares, I love them all, because that's basically just repeating myself throughout the video, I know, but I really do love this. I use it every night, and if I haven't used it, I can really feel that I haven't used it. It's incredible. Even my husband likes it, and it's very, you can feel it on your lips, and he hates that. He hates that kind of, he couldn't put lotion on his hands, that would be the last thing he would want to do. If he puts kind of, rubs my feet for me, if he like puts lotion on me for me, he has to wash his hands immediately. So the thought of having something that he can feel is insanely annoying to him, but he will still use it because it's so good. And when your lips are just that dry, you'll do anything. And this is like, it's got magical powers. I use this every single night. Scrub my lips with the Lush scrub occasionally. I don't do that every single day. But that's how I kind of keep my lips in the best condition they can be. And if I do that on a regular basis, then they're not flaky, they're not dry, they're not nothing. And in the winter, this is absolutely essential. When we were in New York, I was wearing this kind of under my lipsticks and stuff, because it's just, it's so protective, and you have to try it. Because I first saw it and I kind of put my finger in, put it on the back of my hand, and just thought, no, this is not for me. Totally weird texture, but it's not really a daytime lip balm. It's more of a mask for your lips at night, and just try it because it's amazing. So that is everything. They're all of my holy grail products. There are other things that I could have thrown in, but like I say, I wanted them to be the products that absolutely I have to have. Some of them are kind of, maybe I could find other things that I liked as much, maybe I could find things for cheaper, but these are the things that I love, and these are the things I'm going to repurchase. And I think that's probably why it's taken me so long to make this video, because I feel like things change all the time. This list a year, 2 years ago probably would have been twice as much as this. But the more products I try, the more products I realise aren't holy grail at all, because they're not individually unique. They're not the best of the best. They're just one of the best. Whereas these products for me are absolutely the best. I haven't found anything I like as much. And I wanted to share them with you for my 4th year on YouTube celebratory video. So thank you for those of you that have stuck with me. Thanks for everyone that subscribes. I'm really interested to see how many of you have been subscribed to me since the beginning. I'm guessing none of you. I do know that the first ever person that subscribed and commented on my video was called HairLove79, and she no longer has a channel, because I found an old comment and I kind of went through and it's no longer an account, which is kind of sad because I can remember her, and I really wish that she was still watching now so that I could say hi. I do remember. It was a really big deal to get those comments when I was first on YouTube, and thanks, because when you are first making videos, the comments are what keep you going, because obviously hardly anyone's watching. And it's so different now. So many of you comment and it's such a big deal. So thank you for everyone that does, thank you for everyone that watches, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! One last thing, I totally forgot. Seche Vite. I didn't mention this because I've just used it on my nails. Amazing! That's probably all I need to say. Best top coat ever. I know people kind of scaremonger about this, but it's something to do with the fumes that can be toxic, which it's probably the same in most nail polishes. But there's something in it which, if you were kind of subjected to it for a prolonged period of time, could be dangerous, but for the amount of time that you're painting your nails, it's pretty much safe, is what people have said. Obviously it wouldn't be on the market if it wasn't, although I wasn't sure whether or not I would want to be like a manicurist using it on a day-to-day basis. But yes, absolute 100% best top coat I've ever used. People are always asking me if I've got gels on my nails because they're so glossy. Try it, it's amazing.